We got some breaking news here, and it's around the Detroit Lions kicker competition. Well, the competition just got pretty easy, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's go. One of the competitions have been settled in training camp, unfortunately, for a reason that is not due to talent or play on the field, but due to injury. Michael Badgley is done for the year, placed on injured reserve with a significant injury to his leg. Not sure when it happened, what part of training camp, but yesterday he wasn't on the field, and that's where Jake Bates went out there and he did 6 for 6 field goals and looking like a stud. Michael Badgley wasn't seen out there. Well, we just know why, because Dan Campbell had his press conference talking about Michael Badgley, a significant leg injury, placed on IR. What does this mean for the Detroit Lions? Well, the kicker competition is over, in my opinion. They're going to bring in another kicker to compete with Jake Bates. Who knows who it's going to be? It could be an undrafted guy. It could be a veteran player. It could be Turner, who we released a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago or a month ago or whatever it was. But in my opinion now, whoever they bring in is just a backup kicker. I think Jake Bates has now sealed his job as the primary kicker for the Detroit Lions. Now, I know for a lot of you out there, you're really happy about this. I know there's a lot of Jake Bates fans because of the Michigan Panthers, and he did gigantic kicks, like a 64-yard field goal at Ford Field. And so for you, this competition is a good thing, right? Like, you're happy. You know who you got here. In the comment section right now, do you believe that Jake Bates is the official kicker? Let us know in the comments below. I like competition regardless. I never like to see players get injured, even if it's a kicker was potentially going to be a backup, right? These guys got families too, and when you're dealing with injury, it sucks to come back from, and this very well could be his last time he plays in the NFL. We don't know what type of injury it is, right? They just said significant leg injury, so, and especially with kickers, it's not like it's a position that's always open. Generally speaking, it's one or two that compete in a whole NFL team for training camp, and so it sucks for him and his family. I wish Badgley the best, the Money Badger. With that said, again, Jake Bates was going to be the kicker. I had him winning the job because I feel like his ceiling was much higher than Michael Badgley. Michael Badgley is a very steady individual, right? You know what you get from him. He's good within the 35s, the 40s, in that area. He was solid last year, and we've seen problems with him in more the distance. Now, he did make the field goal in the Rams game. That was a 53-yard field goal. But before that, he was under 50% of 50 and beyond. I think it was ended up being 43%. So there was a lot of question marks. Will the Lions upgrade that position? And then Jake Bates came along, and it looks like that's the case now, right? So wish him the best. What does it mean? Again, I don't know who the kicker that Badgley is going to be that Bates is going to be going against. But if I'm a betting man, I'm putting at 99% that Jake Bates is going to be the kicker for the Lions. He's a really good kicker from what we saw. I think the last thing we need to watch for Mr. Bates here is what he does on game day in pressure situations. He's not an experienced kicker. It's not like he's been doing it his whole life, and that's his primary thing. It's a more recent. But he shows he has a strong leg. He's accurate. Now it's, can he do it in a game? And guess what? You got preseason. We had 3 preseason games to figure that out for the kicker position. If he excels, well, didn't really matter from a roster standpoint, right? Because you're getting the guy anyways who is going to have. But if he fails, then, we do have a problem at kicker on game day. With that said, there is plenty of options out there if that scenario were to take place. I'm not too concerned. When you're talking about kicker, it's a great position to have. It's a position we need to have because we're talking about 3 points. But with our team, we definitely go for it a lot on 4th down. And there's plenty of kickers out there, and Jake Bates is a good one. So the Lions I think, are perfectly fine after this news of Badgley being done for the year, I'm not concerned. And I think a lot of you are probably not too concerned because of what Bates can bring. Now, if Bates go down for an injury, okay, now we're having some problems here, right? Because then we're starting to run a little bit of low in kickers, but the odds of that occurring is low. I wanted to know how Badgley injured his leg. I'm kind of interested to hear the story on this one. If it did it happen at training camp? Did it happen at, when he was not training and he was just doing his own personal stuff? I don't know. We don't know the details of that at this moment. So as soon as we know, we'll definitely let you know in this channel. We'll let everybody know. But yeah, Michael Badgley is done for the year. Unfortunately for him, prayers up to him and his family. Jake Bates is going to be your kicker at this point for the Detroit Lions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about Jake Bates. Are you really confident in him and what he's going to bring? I am confident that he's got the giant leg. I don't think the giant leg is an issue to understand, but just what can he do on game day? That's what I'm waiting for in preseason. When you got the stadium pretty much full, right, in pressure situations. Now it's not going to be in preseason a pressure situation where if you miss it, you're going to be in trouble for the rest of the season. It's preseason. Wins and losses don't count. So, yeah, you can do some pressure situation in preseason, but it's not like, okay, you're going to win a game or take this team to the Super Bowl type of kick, right? So that's yet to be seen, but I'm confident at this point. I haven't seen anything to suggest he is not confident in his ability. From everything that I have heard, he's a confident individual. So we'll see going forward. Give me your thoughts about this situation in the comments below. With that said, folks, adios.